As the day I was recording this video, it is the 5th of September 2021. 35 days from now, TF2 will hit its 14th birthday. And as much as I love this game and I want it to live and grow even more, I can't help but think about the recent years' declines and issues that this game faced. Aside from TF2 cheaters and bots, TF2 community has been divided more than ever. I'm not trying to be all negative here, but I mean, we had some pretty good events and I'm really happy that TF2 still exists to this day. And I really wish that it will see a brighter days in the future. But the point of this video is we're going to be talking about the TF2 communities and content creators. But mainly I want to discuss about why competitive is not worth it in TF2. Just like any game community, TF2 content creators comes and go, some are for good and some are for worse. We've seen that many times throughout the game's life, but in the case of a TF2 professional players, we don't really see that as often, as some of the top players still exist to this day. Some of them, like Bandy for example, who is a veteran TF2 player who some people think he might be one of the best players in the game. And other who left, like Shadowburn, who moved to other games like Overwatch. I can't really blame the professional players who left TF2 because let's face it, TF2 has been on a downward spiral since the gunmetal update, and Valve shows no intent to fix its problems or not even updating the game source engine or anything. They're not really trying at this point. However, I can't really help but think about the people who are good enough in the game but they don't get the recognition that they deserve, or why TF2 competitive is a waste of time. I've been playing TF2 for almost 5,000 hours, and earlier this year I wanted to become a TF2 competitive player. I felt like I was ready to learn and improve, and I had enough skills to make my name known and to earn some bragging rights, also known as medals. But within a couple of months I understood why it was a waste of time, and I felt like my energy will be better spent off anywhere else. And before you form an opinion, allow me to explain these 3 reasons why competitive TF2 is a waste of time in my opinion. So take it with a grain of salt. And I'd like to say that I have a mad respect for people who are still in the TF2 competitive scene to this day. You people are keeping the competitive side of TF2 alive, so props to each of you, whatever your diff is, from open to prem. Anyway, let's start, shall we? The suffering of fighting a team or players. In order to participate in any tournament, whether it's 9v9 Highlander or 6v6, in order to do that you have to join a team, and that is in and of itself, it takes a lot of time, depending on your skills, reputation, and the class you desire. Yes, that's right, the class you desire is a key factor in how fast you can find a team or a team can find you. For example, if you're a medic main, you have a much higher chances of finding a team rather than any other class, let's say for example soldier. And the reason is simply because there's really few people who main medic compared to the huge amount of people who main classes like soldier, demo, or even a scout. To find a team, you have to go on a website like TF2L, my bad, and search for a team with your skill level, and simply, as I like to do, post and address the qualities that you have and what kind of team you're looking for. And I want to give credit to TF2L because they made it really easy, and I don't really know if there's any websites you can actually look for teams there, but if there is, feel free to tell me in the comments. Here's an example of my recruitment post. I hope it does help anyone who needs it, and if you have more questions, feel free to ask. In my opinion, this is a great example on how your recruitment post should be. Direct, quick, and straight to the point. And professional, of course. Just think about it like you're seeking a job. This is a sellout pitch. You wanna sell out yourself to a team that willing to hire you, you know? So let's say after all that you finally got a team. Well, buckle up, it's gonna get even more harder. Now comes the scrim part. Training with your team a couple of times in a week is a must, but goddamn man, some teams just take it too far. I understand the desire to be good, but you can't really scrim every day. It just doesn't work. That's too much time, not mentioning that you have at least 6 people that might not have the same timeline, and the issue of finding matches and setting dates, because you can't just simply queue with your team to fight another team, much like CSGO for example. No, you gotta rent a server and plan with the other team and hope to God that everybody shows up right on time without any issues. The same goes for official, by the way. And I know there's a comp queue for TF2, but it's easy to say it feels like casual 6v6 rather than actual competitive match, and it's also filled with cheaters and bots. You see what I'm going with this? This time problem is too much. Even for a guy, let's just say a guy like me who has a full-time job and other hobbies, and believe me, the older you grow, the less free time you have. So treasure the time you have, kids. You'll be really sorry if you don't. So let's just say after all of that, somehow you got a time for all of this. Well, you still gotta deal with issues, with team issues and unbalanced team. And with that I mean people who are sandbaggers, and if you don't know what that means, basically these people are in a higher skill set than you, but they decided to go and play in an easier place for them because they want the medals out of it, which I think that's pretty pathetic and cowardly, to be honest. But I digress. So after all of that, you joined the team and you played in a couple of seasons. You might win some matches, you might lost, and it's probably took you a couple of months, and you have done a pretty good job and it feels good. You're finally in a competitive team. You finally played that match that you really want. So, what happens now? Now it's time to forget about all of that and wait 3 to 6 months, if not more, to get those medals that you worked so hard for. Yes, you heard me right, because in order to get those medals that you have to wait for the mini next update that will add them, and God knows how much time is that with whatever crates they're gonna add at the same time. And if your goal is to be a pro player that makes a good amount of money playing competitively, well, you have more luck getting an Australian pan maybe, or an Aussie, or maybe a boxing unusual, than making that dream a reality in TF2, because the events and tournament that actually reward winner with actual money are few and far between. To make an example, take a look at how much Banny, for example, makes in a year, and only competitives and tournaments. I'm not talking about his actual income, whether it's on Twitch, on YouTube, and compare that to any people who are in top player for in game like CSGO, for example, or any other popular game, and you'll see how huge of a difference that is. In conclusion, if you like competitive and you want to keep playing it, you enjoy doing it, and you are really free to do so as you please. The whole video of mine was just a take on it, and I hope you guys like it. It's just something I thought of after I decided to leave the competitive, because my main issue is I really didn't have a time for it, and I wanted to explain my side of the story and go a little deeper into the problem. Anyway, tell me what you guys think about it and what solution you guys propose to help solve this problem. And please support any good events held within the TF2 community, because that's one of the few factors that is keeping this game alive. I'm gonna go and try to keep up with all the comments as I can. Slap a like or a dislike on this video and tell me why. And consider subscribing, it does really help a lot. Check out my Twitch and Discord link are in the description. I'll be dropping a giveaway because by the time of this video I think I reached the qualification for monetization, and I wanna do a giveaway just as a celebration and a thank you for you guys. And other than that, I'll see you Vikings later. Peace.